Look,
listen.
Welcome, one and all. It's the Look, Listen Cast. It's a podcast about Pokemon. It's a podcast about other things. Primarily, did Taylor say Taylor?
No, I didn't, because I said listen.
But you also have to say Taylor. Anyway,
listen, Taylor.
Okay. It's a podcast. It's about a lot of stuff. But don't turn it off yet. I promise you it's about Pokemon, specifically the Horizons anime, Taylor. As a matter of fact, why don't you tell us this week what the title of the episode we're going to discuss is?
Hamber on the night of the blood moon.
Ooh, or in Japanese,赤い月夜のハンバル. And that's what we're going to discuss today. Can you tell us, Taylor, what happened last time on Pokemon, please?
We had a big episode last week.
In English?
Ray caught Rayquaza. It finally happened. And, of course, Roy and all fought together to beat Rayquaza. But he became one of Roy's Pokemon, what we've been building towards forever. Incredible episode. Now, this week, we have a very good follow-up. I wasn't expecting it at all. I thought it was going to be dumb 1 out of 10 episode.
Wow, that was an incredible one-sentence synopsis from Geese Peep. Oh, Geese Peep is also here. Well, she's not here, but she is in spirit. Yes, Taylor, right?
She's always here in spirit.
Well, she's a member of the podcast. She's busy again. But, guys, look.
Listen.
Taylor, that is the episode we're going to discuss today, and it's a good one, so I expect high scores, I would imagine.
Yes.
But before we discuss Pokemon, we do have to, I'm sorry for people who don't care about it. If you don't care about what's been geesin of the week in our peeps, in our lives, what we've been watching, playing, eating, please go ahead and go to the timestamps, and you can skip ahead to us discussing the Pokemon episode. But if you care about other things, now is the time for the first segment of the week. What you been geesing, Geese of the Week? Taylor, I saw the Pixar film Hoppers.
How was it?
It was a good movie. Geese Peep should have seen it because it's everything she loves. It's all about
dogs.
It's all about a Japanese girl saving nature, saving birds.
Oh, that's sick.
Revolving entirely around beavers. They create some technology.
Why is it called Hopper?
I'll tell you why, girls. That's the next sentence. You won't believe it. It's because they create this technology to put your consciousness in a robot beaver, and you hop from your brain to the robot brain.
Oh. Is it like okay, so it's not an immortality thing. It's a VR thing.
Yeah.
They've made a bunch of thrillers with that kind of technology, where you'll have, I watched one movie not too long ago about a woman who kept hopping into, I'm saying hopping like it's the term.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Why not? Brain hopping.
No.
She had a family, and she was doing a job where she would hop into the brain of another person and execute assassinations. That was a very interesting movie.
Wow.
But it's normally used in a thriller sense, so that's kind of a sick interpretation of it.
Yeah, nobody hop to commit murders. This is a family-friendly podcast for the grandmas. Everybody can listen. No murder. But yeah, it was a fun movie. It was a cute movie. Didn't realize John Hamm was in it, but shouts out, John Hamm.
Good. So the one question I always ask about animated movies, Disney, Pixar, is how does it hold up to their their library?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people love the old Pixar stuff, and nobody watches the new Pixar stuff. But it was fine. It was good. I don't have no complaints. No complaints at all. I was pleasantly so. I watched it in IMAX. Unfortunately, nobody's seen this movie. I watched it in IMAX, and there were only a few people in that theater. I was very scared because this has happened to me before with a Pixar movie where you've got kids and things talking the whole time, causing trouble.
Yeah.
The only people causing trouble here were an old couple just talking throughout the whole movie, and they
How
couldn't
old?
stop coughing. Oh, easily 70s.
Really?
Yeah, they love hoppers, I guess.
That's kind of adorable. I wonder how they heard about the movie.
I don't know. There was no marketing, it seemed like. So.
Maybe they just still do a lot of marketing on television commercials.
Television. Yeah, I see some hopper ads around here.
I didn't know it was a thing.
No, nobody did. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It's a cute movie. Also, I have done it. If you'll recall from last week, my giant shiny hunt for Latias in Pokemon Legends ZA, the Mega Dimension, has concluded. I caught my shiny Latias. I caught several Galarian Farfetch'd.
I was there.
And now the only thing left is to just grind over and over again and special scan over and over again until I get my Rotom and Meloetta. My 6 Rotoms and 1 Meloetta.
I'm kind of the mind that okay. We've talked about this in person. I want to talk about it now. Do you enjoy the fact that it is very difficult? It's very difficult to get these Pokemon, and you can't just have that sense of relief when the Pokedex is done? Or do you enjoy the journey or the destination?
Yeah, that's why a lot of people don't consider Ghost Shinies valuable, because they feel like it's too easy. That you definitely want some amount of effort. So many people are complaining about ZA being a grind fest, and before I was thinking, well, you guys are just complaining because you're trying to beat it too fast. Now that I just need 2 Pokemon, yes, it is too grindy at the end. But I've said this to Taylor a million times. I've probably said it here a million times. I don't play Pokemon because I'm looking to play the next best video game. I'm not. The exact example I used, I think, yesterday was I'm not looking to play Ocarina of Time and Bioshock. I'm looking to catch some pokes. It's a completely different thing. That being said, I feel like the game knows what I want. I keep special scanning over and over again. I clearly want the 2 special scans I've never got before. And to just hide it from me from RNG over and over again is silly. And nobody's enjoying it.
I didn't know that Niantic helped develop ZA. That's cool.
Got him. That was a joke for anybody confused about Taylor's quips. Taylor, it is time for us to discuss Resident Evil 9. We've beaten Resident Evil 9, and honestly, my thoughts keep going back and forth on it. For a while there, I kept saying to Taylor, oh, it was fun, but Resident Evil 8 and 7 were better. But everybody out there in the internet can't keep talking about it. Oh my God, 9's so incredible. 9's the most amazing game we've ever played. I don't know. There's so many good things about 9. But I feel like it's missing a certain charm. Would you agree with me, Taylor, that there are moments in 8, a couple moments in 8 that are just wow, and they don't come anywhere close to, or nothing in 9 comes close to those super crazy moments in 8, such as the dollhouse, perhaps in 8.
Oh yeah. I know we were kind of talking about this while we were playing through it, but I do like that there was a good balance of scary and sick. And you had 2 characters representing that. That's very, very cool to me. The acting was good. I'm still not a fan of the stutter. I understand its purpose. I don't think its execution is terrible. I wouldn't really know, but it did get to me a little bit for a protagonist.
That was okay. I think we mentioned this last week, but Resident Evil 9's main character does the most unrealistic stutter ever. Single sentence. This FBI agent is he's talking, and it's so annoying.
I was thinking about it yesterday when we were talking about it again, because the first time that she sees a police officer, and this is in like the first 5 minutes of the game, he walks up to her at this crime scene, and she says, "I'm FBI," and the police officer doesn't immediately say, I need to check with somebody because you clearly do not work for the FBI. Her involvement in the FBI just doesn't click for me.
Well, and the funny thing is, Taylor was talking up a big game. Oh my God, 8's so amazing. 8's so much better than 9. And then he starts saying Ethan Winters is the worst character ever created in Resident Evil.
Both can be true.
So we don't know. Well, maybe Taylor knows. What's your ranking right now?
8 is much better than 9. To the point,
much better.
To the point that you were making, there's so many sick moments, so many amazing moments. The village is cool. There were a couple moments that were really frustrating. So it's easier to get lost in 8. I get it. The open world it naturally lends itself to a little bit of confusion, but specifically a factory type area.
Spoiler.
Is not fun to navigate. It is very rough to navigate.
Marv?
And Ethan is completely hateable. He is I don't think I've hated a main character in a game more than Ethan.
Well, okay, he's talking about 8. Let's wrap up 9 before he talks about 8, because this is going to be very confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
9,
back to 9. I like 9.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought it was good. I don't think it was as good as 7. I don't think it was even as good as a lot of the basic ones, just because there were so many moments where you and I were both saying, it's time to move on. It's time to see the other character.
Yeah, but also I didn't get lost as much as I did in 8.
That's true. Good level design.
And I was, at the time 8 came out, I was disappointed because, I know I've said this a million times, but it wasn't this huge shift that every numbered Resident Evil takes. It felt more like 7 DLC. It's same character, same engine, same everything. But it still had a lot of character, and it was a lot of fun and very campy, like Taylor said. I don't know how I'm back on 8. Resident Evil 9 is
we both clearly like 8 more than 9.
Resident Evil 9 is a very good video game. People talked about it like it's one of the best Resident Evils ever made, and it's not to me, so I was a little bit disappointed at the end. But maybe the DLC is going to be so incredible. They just announced the DLC for 9.
Oh, that's sick. I would say that with most reviews now, give it a couple months. Because everybody says everything's either the best thing ever made or the worst thing ever made, and then give it some breathing room, and the zeitgeist of it and the recency bias of it both dissolve, and then you can get an accurate idea of where it is.
But yeah, it's a good game. I'd still recommend it. Okay, Taylor, go ahead. Please take it over with your Resident Evil 8 talk, please.
So yeah, I really like 9. Now, I also finished 8 this week because I was so jonesing for that same kind of gameplay loop and that same experience. I really like it, and it's a lot of what I say about Destiny whenever I used to play Destiny. It would be so sick to be in a first-person shooter horror scenario where it is very frightening and you don't have to worry about inventory management as much. 8 allows you to do that. I was never running really low on bullets or anything, except for maybe the beginning of the game. But 8 has some of the scariest moments that I've played. It has some of the sickest moments that I've played. And I was getting so many goosebumps when they finished that story with the storybook intro.
Spoilers!
And oh yeah, sorry. It's during the credits. They just do that as kind of an outro for the whole thing. It's incredible. Everybody should go play it. It's very, very sick. Yet, do you hate Ethan? Yes. Does his decision-making make sense? No. Does his dialogue suck? Yes. It's still great. Go play it.
It got Taylor so much into Resident Evil, he's about to play Resident Evil 4.
It's true. The remake.
You can play the original. Look, you could buy the original right now on your PS5 for nothing, like $15 maybe.
Oh.
On your PS5.
Maybe I should.
I think you maybe should.
No.
Yes.
Because I just kept saying during 8,
Compare and
this looks so
contrast.
good, this looks so good, this looks so good. Because I'm not going to play through it 2 times.
HD rematch, yes you are.
I might. Who knows? We also watched one Mr. Larry Sanders. This was a show I had never heard about.
The Larry
Sanders.
The Larry Sanders Show, or as we call him, Whaley Sanders.
Whaley Sanders. They really thread the needle on so many different characters. So we're about halfway through season 2, currently, I believe. And it's interesting what the cast does with a lot of characters and how, I mean, first of all, the episode endings are always very weird. I am, one part of me is with you where it's a product of the time having a freeze frame thing, and maybe it's a self-referential thing like his previous show, but I don't know that it would have been cured with a fade out because it seems like it stopped short of a full circle ending. It doesn't go into any of the themes of the episode during the endings. But the point was, and I kind of want to get your opinion on this, is everybody just getting more hateable?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that makes for more entertaining television since it's HBO and you have to be likable on network TV.
It's such an interesting dynamic because normally, this happened with Succession, the characters are ridiculously hateable at the beginning, and then as you get to know them, you kind of start to root for people. See, I think that's a sign of good writing when you can slowly sympathize with somebody that you really is despicable, like a Tony Soprano. They're doing the opposite.
Hank's just getting worse and worse, and we can't take it.
He really is. If you're interested in kind of meta shows, if you're interested in talk shows, I would give this a recommendation. They have some incredible acting.
I don't think you need any interest in talk shows to enjoy this show. It's just an incredibly well-made program.
Well, it's a different umbrella.
And
I was just saying there's an additional group that'll like this.
And very important to note, The Office would not exist without this show. I actually think a big problem with the freeze frame endings is the song they use for the outro.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was a different song and they don't have the rights to it anymore. I don't know. I'm making that up. That could be. That's just a theory. Taylor, does that conclude your watching playing Geese of the Week? What you been geesing?
Mostly. It's not like we can talk about GoTour All Out finale because every person hated this event.
He's talking about Pokemon Go, another weekend event. But this time, nothing happened, I just left.
I had so much hope, and I was out there for a few hours, and I said, you're not getting me again, Scopely.
Sorry, Pokemon Go. You done goofed the big one. All right, Taylor, it is now time for Poké-news. Mr. Sanders. SarahB.net reports that the Pokemon TCG Pocket Charcadet drop event is now live. Why don't you get yourself a full art Charcadet? That's fun. That's going to be great. Also, Pokemon Go plus Pokopia celebration event is rolling out. They're having fun. Everybody's got a shiny Ditto with the little Pokopia hat and the little background Taylor. They're having a great time.
This is a good costume event.
That lasts until March 16th, so you better get on that. You've got a couple days, right? Don't you? I think so. Look at the calendar.
Plenty.
Hope you're listening to this when it comes out. And in the final, and by final I mean penultimate piece of Pokemon news, the next Pokemon Go Max Battle Day has been announced, March 29th.
Oh.
And by March 29th, I mean March 28th.
Oh.
2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Why don't you get yourself a Gigantamax Pikachu, Taylor?
Why did they... All they do is release... I have a water polo tournament that weekend in Phoenix.
But instead, there's a chunky Pikachu.
Darn it.
Also, in the actual final piece of Pokemon news, the NHK Orchestra and Pokemon Classic Concert Tour details have been released. And look, it includes music from the orchestra, including the main theme for Pokemon Winds and Waves. That'll be fun, right?
Wow, Winding Waves.
Wow. That concludes Poké News of the Week. It is now time to discuss an episode of Pokemon just for Geese Peep. Taylor, can you please tell us one more time this week's episode of Pokemon, episode 130? 130.
We are hanging out with hamburgers in Hamber on the night of the blood moon.
Or in Japanese,赤い月夜のハンベル. Taylor, are we opening in front of some sort of Exceed building right here? We got a giant Strong Sphere display sitting outside with tons of people, a giant mob, getting ready for the launch of Strong Spheres?
I thought this was a very strong introduction. I didn't think... It gave me that same kind of vibe of like a hot off the presses scene in a movie from the 90s you're seeing the people up in the room talking about the story, and then just a really quick shoot to somebody else talking about the finalizing the newspaper, and then you do another quick over to the newspaper being printed and going off the presses, and then another cut to the newspaper being delivered to the newspaper stand.
Yeah, and all the Japanese boys are buying Dragon Quest 3 on launch day.
Yeah,
they're skipping school.
Not the HD 2D remake.
And we got everybody here. They're so excited by Strong Spheres, and we see every Pokemon known to man just out here getting excited. We got Makuhita, Maractus, Tyranitar. I laughed. I don't know if you paid real close attention to the zoomed out shot, but they just kept reusing the model for a child over and over again. So the same little girl is in there 15 times. We also got Tailo, Oddish, Garchomp.
Maybe it's a bunch of Ditto for the event.
Garchomp. Oh, yeah. Galarian, Darumaka, Glimmet, Croconaw, Nidorino, Pachirisu, Minchino, Pangoro, Rowlet, Dino, Cutiefly, Flareon, and probably many, many more. Now, here's the rules, everybody. Here's the rules, children. Only one per person. That's right. Hot items form an orderly queue. Oh, my God, Taylor. All the trainers are using them. Charmeleon, Luxio, they're so vicious. Not you too, Weavile and Talonflame.
Now, I will give a lot of credit to the writers. At this point in the episode, I'm hearing only one per customer. First of all, great marketing strategy. We've followed this. This is such a cool plot point for this season, and so well done. We've been following the announcements, the advertisements, the production, the R&D, every single part, the testing. We've followed this product's launch, and I've never seen that in a cartoon before. I haven't really seen that in a show outside of like Breaking Bad, I guess. This is totally uncharted water for me. So watching them say, limit one per customer, very sick. Now, they also discuss Spinal's plans in a scene coming up. And I just think this is a very well done intro.
We even got the pseudo legendaries from earlier fighting. We got Tyranitar and Garchomp. Oh my God. Quilava's on just 2 feet punching Croconaw. Oh my God.
One of the good things about this scene is that it conveys all of these different battles in a single interaction within the battle. And they could have, I normally talk about these in episodes at the halfway mark, but my mentality going into this episode is that it's going to be higher quality because they're not wasting so much time on these battles. It's just showing you how many situations you have of people using Strong Spheres.
The animation quality in this episode's through the roof.
It's very good.
The battles look so good. All the attacks. Oh my God. Anyway, We're cutting to Spinal's office. We got Chelsea and Rubina and Indy. That's right.
Indy.
Rubella, who we've been calling Rubella because that's her Japanese name. Her American English name is Rubina.
Cover your heart.
What?
It's from Temple of Doom.
Oh, I see. Unfortunately, I prefer Rubella, but we got to say Rubina. Sorry. Unless we can turn that into some sort of food name, like a Reuben sandwich. All right, everybody says, great sales, team. We did it. We're having the factories just pump out these strong spheres. Yay. And time for a theme song.
Well, no, they talk about Spinal's goals.
Go ahead.
That's so important because Chelsea is sitting there saying, so what is your plan exactly? And he says, well, we've clearly already cornered the market. We're doing fine money-wise. We don't really need influence or anything. My goal, and this is a big important thing for this is the first time we've learned about his goal as a villain. He wants to control Pokemon battles as a whole, how they exist in our society. Yeah, it's a very interesting goal.
Yeah, that happens after the theme song.
Does it really? I thought they cut right away.
Time for a theme song. We're back for that theme song, and Umbreon is sleepy, Taylor. And, oh no, Spinal wants all battles to be strong sphered. You can continue, Taylor.
It's very interesting because this is the first time that we've actually gotten his motivations as a villain. I've been waiting for such a long time. We've all been talking about it. We've been pontificating on our moments off the podcast thinking about Spinal.
Geese Peep just said last week, what is his end goal?
Yeah, we always think about it. And finally, he says it. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't care about market shares or presence or anything. He cares about controlling how battles function in society.
Yeah, he wants to control everything.
It's very sick. I guess he's going more towards we all must become stronger.
Everybody. Now, Chelsea does have some bad news for Spinal right now. She says, here's the deal. I just heard word from Naranha Academy. They've completely banned them.
And Spinal, totally unfazed.
Spinal says, yeah, whatever.
Which is very funny because then Chelsea seems unfazed. I guess she's just going off of Spinal because Spinal's like, oh, no doubt it was the Rising Voltacklers.
Well, yeah, they know that Naranha Academy is tied with Rosing
Violets.
And because of that, that's probably a lost cause anyway. But you know who they are concerned about still? Amethio.
Much more concerning.
And then they're just very, very cryptic in the rest of this scene. Chelsea just gives Spinal a look. And Spinal, before she can say anything, he says, yeah, I'm going to take care of that too. Don't worry.
It was so funny when shows do this. It doesn't happen very often because it's such atrocious writing. You could have him say, oh, don't worry. I have everything under control. But instead, he takes the extra time because you would only say that to save time, right? You would only say, oh, don't worry. I'm going to fill the car with gas. You don't need to worry about it. Instead, he says, I'll take care of that thing that we discussed.
Yeah, it's forwards. It's making us want to see what happens later.
I get it, but who's that cryptic?
It's fun.
I should do that more often.
We can't. They could be listening. Okay, Umbreon, time for lunch.
Yay. Yeah, I always feel so bad for Umbreon, but Spinal seems to love Umbreon.
Oh, yeah, he was actually really sweet to Umbreon. So that's about
he is every time he's not giving him Rabid Ball.
Maybe this will turn into another Vegeta situation. He'll be a friend of the show.
I assume it will, just because we finally got his goals, and it's not he just wants Pokemon battles to get more intense. It seems. I don't think
there's something deeper.
Yeah. I guess it has to do with that
cryptic message. Okay, let's cut to Levincia, Taylor. We got 1 million people gathering around the giant center Pokeball bridge water thing, and they're watching a battle. It's hard to see what Pokemon are battling because they start us off again. I'm not complaining. I do love a good zoom out. I love the tiny little 2-line drawings. I'm a fan, but I'm just trying to pick out all these Pokemon from 25 miles away. It looks like a Doxbun versus an Arctibax, perhaps.
So this is something that I think is very interesting. The blocking in these scenes and the wide shots and the number of Pokemon and the amount of time you have with each Pokemon battle are very similar to something like a medieval fight, where you would have the main character looking to the side, seeing 2 knights fighting. Then camera would change and you would see 2 other knights fighting way in a distant area. It's very well done, in my opinion.
We got so many background Pokemon here, Taylor. I have no idea why I decided to list all the Pokemon in an episode of this podcast. But we got Gengar, Quaquavalk, Brawler, Pincurchin, couple Voltorb, Cyclizar, Chimecho, Bellsprout, Masquerain, Whimsicott, Dedenne, Geodude, Jigglypuff. There's probably some more. I don't know. Keep looking.
It's a veritable full verse of a Pokemon.
Why don't you get your little microphone glass? What's it called? A microscope? What's it called?
Yes,
a magnifying glass?
Magnifying glass.
Oh my God, Taylor! Dot's hiding undercover in the crowd with a hoodie on, and this is bad news bears out here because it sounds like everybody's gonna buy a strong sphere.
I love that her cover is just a hoodie when I'm pretty sure nobody really knows who she is.
I'll tell you right now what I'm not a fan of. The incredibly rude trainer with the Darkspawn. He says, guess I'll just find a stronger Pokemon. You can't even win with a strong sphere.
It's so weird that you would have that personality, but I guess it's trying to show that not everybody just loves Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, this is from the season 1. Remember Charmander's old trainer abandoned him because he wasn't strong enough?
Huh.
Okay, well, Dot gets a phone call.
That happened with somebody else, too, in a later season.
Oh, sure.
It wasn't Primate.
I don't know.
Who was it?
It happened.
It was Ash, though.
Dot gets a call. We're going to cut to the brave Olivine. Roy and Ult and Liko fly in on their birds and dragons. And wonderful news, everybody. Rising Volt Tacklers prepared food for everybody. But Molly immediately says, but wash your hands first and gargle.
My girl. I don't wash your hands, people. Just wash your hands.
Well, yeah, gargling is big in Japan. They all do that for health, but I've read that can give you a little bit of the old don't do that, so I don't gargle.
Gargle what?
Like Listerine.
Who knows what we'll learn tomorrow.
Yeah, it's come to if you need medical advice, come to the Look, Listen, Cast.
Talk to Molly.
Everybody congratulates Roy for catching Rayquaza. Where is he? Asked Murdoch. He's busy. Okay, sick.
But trust me, I caught him.
Yeah, trust, please. All right, we're going to cut to the breakfast planning Nook Reno seminar room.
Really quickly, I do like that everybody also gives Alt a lot of accolades because
he helped.
I know. He helped, and he was okay with Roy taking Shiny Rayquaza.
Wow.
That's not taking like stealing, taking like having ownership of
I'm saying because he's okay with it is a strong word. I mean, he's come to terms with it.
He came to terms with that in like half
I'm
an
aware,
hour,
but he's still sad.
If you show me a 10-year-old boy that sees the sickest Pokemon in the world and is okay with giving it to somebody else, I'll wait for a list.
Well, if you like lists, have I got a list for you? Because we're now going to go through every single Pokemon and every single Hero of Light with every single type. I'm not gonna list them all, but just figure it out yourself. Just think of every type, think of every Liko, think of every friend. And what we've decided at the end of this enormous list is we still need 2 more. Poison and Ghost. Immediately, I scream to myself, Grandma on Hamburgers, Pecharunt and Dust Noir. And then they say, no, a Methio with a Cerulege.
Which is way sicker.
And I say, oh, right. Sorry, Hamburgers. And then out of nowhere, I was correct because Mousehold shows up with a plate of treats, looks like some mochi, and everybody thinks mochi. Pecharunt, of course. Grandma can join us. That's probably a poison terror type, you would imagine, right? Sure, why not? This next little scene this episode's going to get a high score because it's so much, it's so sick, but they do throw in little fun moments like this one where Sableye gets so excited and thanks Mousehold and Pagogo-chan gets real excited. It's just a cute moment with the little Pokemon. We're having a great time. All right, enough fooling around.
Enough of it.
We need a serious scene. Let's cut to the Night Explorers compound with Sidian and Coral. Oh my goodness, Chelsea's with them.
I was not ready for this scene.
Who? Hamburger? Who, Liko?
This is an incredibly sick scene.
And here is what happens in the scene. The explorers see Hamburgers in the distance. Butler Hamburgers himself. What are you doing here under the beautiful moonlight? Hamburgers has arrived to plead and beg these 3 to stop Spinal. He's going to break every bond, Taylor.
Now, if you... Taylor's Anime Men of the Week. If you've seen a lot of anime, One Piece, Bleach, the list goes on. When you see an old man coming up by himself into the lair of the villains, you know you're going to get something sick.
Yeah, he says, I know all of you love your Pokemon. I know you don't want to sever your ties. And now we get exactly, this is big, if only Geese Peep were here territory, because she would have loved to see all this backstory. We get to see Chelsea's backstory. We get to see she had a dream to bring a good school to her war-torn, impoverished hometown. Chelsea is hurt enough, though. She says, go, Medicham. And the others also throw out their Pokemon for a battle. Go, Dusknoir and Mo Rotom, says Butler Hamburgers. And they now make it clear in this scene that Butler Hamburgers is Chelsea's old teacher. I don't know if this is new information or not. I feel like maybe that's been known knowledge, but who's to say?
Yeah, why not?
Dusknoir, Taylor. Dusknoir, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Rastalon.
The other's Strong Sphere. Glalie attacks. Rotom, use Double Team. Hamburger's Pokemon evade everything. Thunder Wave, Rotom. Garganical attacks. Phantom Force, Dusknoir. Leaf Storm, Rotom.
The blocking in these... Oh my... I'm at a loss for words. This is one of the sickest fights I've ever seen in Pokemon. And I keep saying that. It's happened the past 3 episodes. What are they doing? How long was that vacation? Because this... Watching Hamburgers fight, and you're thinking, oh, he has such a reputation. It's amazing. You watched his fight with Amethio a couple seasons ago, and you're thinking, well, I mean, he's fine, but really he just used one attack. In this one, he is juggling with Dusknoir 3 trainers, and he's winning. 2 of them are, or maybe 3 of them are using Strong Sphere.
2 of them. Chelsea is not Strong.
She hasn't yet? Because
she is not.
She does do that
later.
And another thing later.
Yeah, that's later.
Now, I'm just, you should go look up this fight because it's very cool. Hamburgers is so sick.
All I have to say is I wish I had a Rotom. Lucky Hamburgers. Can't get the special scan to give me a Rotom in ZA. I'm sorry.
I wish all trainers had the battle ability of Hamburgers because good Lord, this is a good fight.
He's such a strong trainer.
So sick.
Medicham, use Zen Headbutt, Psybeam, Trick Room, Dusknoir, Shadow Punch. Oh my God. Taylor, he's so fast now. Trick Room makes slow Dusknoir into fast Dusknoir, and all these fast Explorers Pokemon super slow comparatively.
Oh no.
Oh my God, he's so sick. He just grabs Glalie while it's spinning and he yeets it, as Geese Peep would say, at Garganical. Shadow Punch, they're both knocked out. Ooh. Chelsea's by herself now, and now is when she decides it's time to strong sphere.
Thank you, Grace.
But she's a fool, because Trick Room will make her less strong with the sphere. Leaf Storm, Shadow Punch, Trick Room wore off. Double Team. The animation for this battle is so sick. It's so good right here.
I'm telling you, listeners, you need to watch this fight.
Haze, Dusknoir. Oh my God. Medicham knocks Dusknoir out of his terastallization? Oh my God, what's going to happen now?
Mega Medicham.
I know.
Oh, sorry. That was premature.
She's not Mega yet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. I can't believe this has happened. What's Butler Hamburgers going to do now in this dark mist?
We've only seen one of his Pokemon.
Oh, we've seen 2. Oh my word.
Rotom.
I immediately recognize what's standing menacingly in that
Noir.
Haze. That's a Blood Moon Ursaluna in the haze, Taylor, and we get a commercial break. And I'm saying, whoa, this is so sick.
I almost ran over to ask you about this because is this a thing?
Yeah, it's only in Kitakami, which is the DLC for Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, that makes so much sense. It's like a little Yu-Gi-Oh thing where Bones uses Skeleton Graveyard or whatever that Pokemon or the field effect was.
Grandma Diana and Butler Hamburgers are so good at catching exclusive one-off Pokemon, so shouts out to them. We're back from the commercial break. All the explorers are attacking the Black Mist, but they all miss. And then Hamburgers yells out, Moonblast! Moonblast! Glalie runs into you, self-destruct. It only knocks out Garganical, but Ursaluna still stands.
Now, these Moonblasts are I think they're the sickest attacks we've seen so far. Not attack, because I don't want to... There are a lot of really cool ones. Trick Flower is very sick. But
Flower Trick?
Flower Trick is very sick, but these Moonblasts have so much inertia to them, so much force behind them. The animators did a really good job.
It was great. Shouts out Butler Hamburgers for catching Blood Moon Ursaluna in Kitakami. I think we get a little flashback scene. It's like every Pokemon that's caught these days where they just say, do you want to join my team? And he says, sure. And he touches the Pokeball.
Yeah, I do like that the Pokemon touch the Pokeball.
Yeah, they love it. Okay, but after the big speech, Hamburger's talking, Chelsea does not listen to reason. She just says, attack, Medicham! And then Ursaluna uses Blood Moon. Such a sick attack.
Very sick.
Hamburgers pleads to them some more. Remember, children, when you first joined.
The 5th of November.
Getting stronger with your partners. Remember, Coral, when you beat that Blitzel with your little Haunter plush? What about you, Sidian? Remember when you scared all the children, you street fighter? Remember when I destroyed you in battle? And Chelsea, remember when the school got closed down because no one had money for tuition?
You were very poor, Chelsea.
Strong spheres will destroy everything you all have worked towards.
They'll close the school again.
Sever your bonds. How many times must I say, me butler hamburgers?
I did like that Chelsea was just using self-destruct. I do love that Coral's fighting strategy has changed 0%.
Well, Taylor, unfortunately, Chelsea won't listen. She just says, psh, 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 attack Medicham / Ursaluna. And now, even though Medicham has already been strong sphered, what does Chelsea yell at Medicham to do?
Hide!
Mega Evolve, Medicham.
Yes.
Slash! Oh, God. Zen Headbutt. And now we get, this was a big laugh for me. Chelsea yells, Mega Medicham, hide in that bush.
Very funny.
Good stuff. Blood Moon Ursaluna. Joke's on you, Butler Hamburgers. We psychically predicted that you would attack the bush. And actually, Mega Medicham is flying up in the air in front of that real sick moon. Full moon, and now he's going to use Axe Kick and knock out your Ursaluna.
Now, slight question here.
Slight question.
Why'd they go in the bush?
It was a psychic trick. It was a magician's ruse.
Oh, it's more of an illusion. So Larry Sanders reference.
Well, yes. Here's the thing. A Mega Pokemon, super effective, hits the weak point on the head of Blood Moon Ursaluna.
What are you going to do?
You're going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That much Strong Sphere and Mega Evolving, way too much for Medicham. He's immediately knocked out of his Mega. He's down for the count. Chelsea, you must feel bad putting it through all that. You have to have bonds to Mega Evolve, so what, you don't feel guilty for all this?
He's making very compelling arguments.
Chelsea continues to just ignore and immediately calls the Bush Explorers to seize Hamburgers and Ursaluna, but Ursaluna jumps up and attacks, and they escape like David Copperfield. David Copperfield, Taylor.
It's such a silly scene. I mean, it's fine. I wish he would have called out Dusk Noir and had him use a Shadow Dimension.
He's knocked out.
Yeah, but he could have used like a potion or revive or something, and we could have seen how that functions in a battle. That would have been cool. But instead, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Blood Rage, Ursaluna taps the ground. Some dust comes out, and nobody notices Oldman running away.
Well, maybe it was Ursaluna, or maybe it was Dusk Noir who got him away. But I'm just laughing at the fact that they had members of the Explorer Grunts hiding in bushes this entire battle, just waiting to seize the opportunity to jump on an old man.
Hedge your bets. Hedge your bets.
All right, now we see Butler Hamburgers and Ursaluna breathing heavily in a forest, and they look up to the sky and say, Amethio, it's up to you now.
Which is pretty sick. He was just a distraction.
Now we're going to get such a giant cut, such an unexpected, just quick turn. We're at the Devon Corporation in Hoenn. We see a Wingull, Pelipper, Tailo, Swellow, and a Volcano. And amusingly,
volcano?
Right in Lookless and Cast@gmail.com. Are they just playing Legends Arceus music in the background? Because that was sick. And
sure.
I feel that like that's what they did. We cut to the inside of this giant building, the Devon Corporation. We see Space Fritos inside with his Charizard and Mega Starmie.
Devon.
Starmie then reminds Fritos to check in with the Rising Bolt Tacklers, and Captain Pikachu is so happy to hear from him. Isn't that cute?
Yes, it is.
Okay, sick. Fritos is going to join all of you soon. Ship's almost done. We got all the space data. Good to go. Just need to run, one more errand. No big deal.
Is Fritos wearing a backpack?
Is he?
Because his jet...
You tell me. Leave in the comments. I don't know.
I don't like his fit.
Yeah, well,
that's what the kids say.
Gotta be. Ult can't wait to see Fritos again, actually. Holt loves Fritos. That's his big mentor. That's his senpai over there. And now, Taylor, everybody's favorite part of an episode, Liko gonna give us a parting monologue. And she says, the true adventure was the friends we made along the way, such as Delcatty, Cinchino, Smeargle, Grovile, Swablu, and Eevee in this one slideshow image.
Yep.
Not to mention Litten, Flareon, Ampharos, Jotonian Typhlosion, and Oshawott. And then she says directly to the camera, I will never let them get away with this. They will not destroy me.
So weird.
To be continued.
In an otherwise almost perfect episode, I get that you have to have the main cast, but it would have been sick if it had just been, instead of cutting to the Voltacklers, they had cut to Omethea. And they just didn't have the Voltacklers in it.
We got the Mega Meg of the week this week is Mega Mewtwo Y. He's just looking real sick, flying above a city, about to destroy the entire city with just a thought until Nidothing yells at him, no, you can't! It's kind of a funny one.
First time that's worked in the history of media.
Yeah, it's good. This is a fun little one. Now, very excitingly, Taylor, because we decided last week we're also going to just quickly preview next week what we think it's going to be a good one. Next week's going to be a big one because we got Fritos coming back. We got Wyatt and Why Not. We got Master Mayonnaise. We got Perrin. All the stars are here. All the new megas from ZA. I think this is going to be a sick episode.
Now, listen. If you would have told me 4 weeks ago I would be excited about an episode that's clearly going to be nothing but battling, I would have called you a liar. I would have called you a criminal.
Dirty liar.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we got everybody. And girls,
they've been knocking it out of the park every single episode with battles.
I'm going to tell you what I'm excited about.
What are you excited about?
I feel like we're really wrapping this up, and we're going to go into the new region in Winds and Waves very soon.
Do we know how many episodes are left?
No, I don't. Maybe somebody does.
Because this seems like a big old thing.
I think we're wrapping it up. I think this may be the final season of the Scarlet Violet arc, and we're going to start. I think we'll start Winds and Waves early. I think is what we're going to do. I think
that would be a good idea from a marketing perspective.
Yeah, that's good.
Pixar couldn't even think of that.
Yep. Okay, Taylor, let's give this episode a score, how we thought about it. It was so good. They've been knocking it out of the park lately.
It's wild because I've been giving so many bad scores.
You've been giving good scores. You give it like a 10.
Well, no, the past 3 episodes have been so incredibly good. This is a 9.6.
9.6, yeah.
This is a good episode.
I don't have complaints.
Just go watch the last 3 episodes. They're incredible. I don't know. Like I said, that must have been such a good vacation. Everybody must be so rested.
It just replaced everybody.
Oh, that'd be so funny if we were just complimenting them because they let everyone go.
We're just AI wrote.
I was going to say it would be way funnier if it was just AI.
Yeah, I have no complaints at all. There's cute moments. The animation's so sick. Backstory? Oh my god.
The battles are not just incredibly turn-based.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 9.9. It's so good. What a good episode. Shouts out.
You thought this episode was better than last week's?
Operate in a field of reality where I care what I said last week.
Okay.
We just talked about Resident Evil.
Wait.
Opinions change every day.
Then what's the point of a scoring system if they're not relative?
Because it's only valid for the time. I told you, girls, how many people review a video game and then talk about the review later, and they're like, if I reviewed it today, I would have given it this. It's a great episode.
What's the scale?
Watch the episode.
Yeah. Maybe we should just give it bad, good, great.
No.
Bad, fine, good, great. Okay, that's fine. That's RD fine.
Time to move on to the wrap-up. Taylor, it's Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, and the other stuff too, but I just don't say those. Please give a like and a comment and a subscribe, please, so more people who would be interested can find it. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. That's twitch.tv/Keith Squared. Shouts out to Professor Website for the boilerplate. The
Ticklebits
and the
boilerplate.
Twitch.tv/prof_ticklebits. Please recommend this podcast to your friends and family if they like Pokemon or they like other things. They can listen to different parts of the episode. Also, you can send questions or comments to looklistencast@gmail.com. We can read those. We'll talk about them live on air.
Hello, Grandmama.
Hello, Grandmother. Okay. It's now time to say goodbye. Not that many times.
Goodbye,
we're both going to be heard just fine.
Watch this episode.
We don't speak in a shrill, high-pitched word voice.
The last 2 episodes.
Like Geese.
Wow. Oh, my goodness gracious.
One goodbye. Okay, that's enough. I hope next week will be as sick as it looks.
It will.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Bell 30 company.